Hi loves, welcome back to a new video. In this video, as you've seen from the title, I'm going to be showing you guys how to do a goddess or boho braid. So with no further ado, let's just get straight into this video. So for this hair, I'm using the Darling Hair extension. I'm using these two colors, teal and metallic gray. So this is what we're working with. So here's what the teal looks like. It's like really deep green. It doesn't really show so much over the video, but real life it's really deep, like sort of deep, not too deep. And the metallic gray is something like this. It has some like highlights of bluish kind of stuff, but it really looks metallic. So as usual, I'm just going to go ahead and mix these two together, and you know how I do it. I'm just going to cut them. I cut them into 3, and then I would just mix them together. So to mix them together, I basically just put the two colors together and would separate them, then join them back together, separate them, join them back together until they have well blended and the ends of the hair extension or the attachment are no longer sharp. And then I comb them together. So let's go into the real work. Can we take a moment to appreciate how well my hair looks right now? If you're new to this channel, a second hello to you. Where have you been? I also have videos showing how to grow your natural hair and take care of your natural hair, so make sure you go ahead and check it out. I will leave the playlist in the description. So right now I'm going to start off first by obviously parting my hair. For the box braids I'm doing the jumbo size, that's like really big braids. So that is basically what I'm doing. I like to work in lines, then I go ahead to part each box for each braids. So first of all, let me tell you guys something. I know most of the times in the videos it looks like it's really easy to part our hair, but honestly it's not so easy, because we have to go over again 3 times sometimes to get a really straight part, and then go ahead to look at it using the mirror and the camera which is behind. At least that's how I do mine, for us to get that really straight part. But we're not really going to show you all of that in the video, except it was like an hour-long video or something. So yeah, just knows that it's not really as easy as it looks. Anyway, this is a full footage showing you guys exactly what I went through to make just this one part, except it's in 1.2 times speed. It's not really edited, so this is more like raw footage. And just in case you're wondering, my hair is actually blow dried. I blow dried it 2 nights before to have it stretched, so I don't have to moisturize it. It's stretched enough for me to manipulate it, and I need it stretched so I can get neater braids for this. And then I'm going to go ahead to pack this part I'm not working with. Forgive me for my slacked scrunchie, it does the job, so it's fine. So yeah, so after the whole struggle of getting one straight line, we finally reached the point where we're going to part our hair into the box for the braids, and that is exactly what I'm doing on. So next I'm going to go in with a white tooth comb to detangle the hair so it's easier to work with. And as you can see, I started from combing my hair from the tip of my hair. I made my way up to the root so I don't end up breaking my hair in the name of protective styling, you get. So yeah, and I'm going to go ahead with Shine and Jam. This would help to get your braids sleek and also add some shine. I personally don't like applying this directly to my scalp. I would rather apply it to the hair itself, so that is exactly what I am doing. So finally, let's start braiding. So I'm taking this 2 pieces of hair. I already have a more detailed video on knotless braid, so if you would like to check that, it's more beginner friendly, then you can check that out. So yeah, so that is exactly what I'm doing. I'm just simply braiding the hair, and as I go I had another piece of hair, as I go I had another piece of hair. So for the leave out or the curls, I took just the metallic gray. I made one part short and the other part long, so I'll braid in the end or the part that is short and leave out the longer parts of the hair. So here's what it looks closer. I was actually just trying to see what I was doing well here, and basically that was it. I just continued braiding all the way down. So here's one thing about braiding your hair yourself: your third hand becomes your mouth. I had to put that one away and I had no hands left, so my mouse came up. So if you're planning to do this yourself too, just get ready to, So I went on adding more pieces of hair to the braids to make sure the braids are thick enough, and I also wanted it long, so I added more for the sake of the length. It was like butt length or something, so yeah. And when I got close to the ends of the hair, I actually wove it all the way to my waist. I just left it because I was going to curl it too. So basically that's how to go about goddess braids. I did change some stuff later, which I'll show you on. So I simply went on to continue braiding the hair, just as you can see. And this is my day 3 before you come for me. I didn't intend to skip all the way to the finishing part. I sort of lost a clip or a footage of me doing towards the middle or so. And by the way, it shouldn't take me up to 3 days to braid this hair. The reason why it took me this long is because the front of my hair was already starting to shrink and I needed it more stretched so I could get neater braids. So I had to pause for the day so I can blow dry it later at night, which is the only time when I would have power supply to blow dry my hair. And the second day, which I was supposed to finish it, I felt sick throughout that day. I only did 2 braids and I couldn't go any further, so I had to pause it for that entire day too, and I had to wait till the 3rd day. So this is the 3rd day and this is me completing my braids finally. So as usual, we're just going to follow the same way. I'll just part my hair, comb it, then use shine and jam at the root and then start braiding. So this time while braiding, I did not start with the extension. I just started with my hair because I felt it was neater since my hair was thick enough to get the knotless braid look. Hopefully that makes sense. And I just went on to continue braiding the same way I've shown you, just as you can see right now. So here's what I changed here. I started adding leave out twice. Instead of just leaving out one piece for a curl, I ended up leaving out 2 for each braid. Eventually this would make the curls fuller, and it ended up making much more sense. So yeah, I would recommend that you bring out 2 pieces of hair for each braid so your curls will be more pronounced and cute. So I'm finally done with the entire braids, and you all can tell this hair is already giving and we're not even done. Just wait for the final look. Then next we're going to go into, of course, trim of the hair. Trimming this hair can be a little bit more difficult than trimming regular braids because the leave out could sometimes get in the way, so it's going to have to require extra work trying to get those parts away from the braids. So yeah, I just basically went on to trim away the excess flyaways, the hair. And here's one thing about trimming my hair: I do not trim away my actual hair. Like once I get to the point where my hair is, even if there are excess hair out or there are fly away, as you can see right now, I would not trim it out. I would rather leave it like that, because if you're trying to grow your hair, you shouldn't be cutting it away except when it needs to be cut. So to get the curls, I would be using this flexi rod, and all I simply did was wrap the leaf out and just curl it or twirl it around the flexi rod, just as you can see, and just bend the end of the flexi rod. It took me a lot of trial and error till I get it right. And then I used the same technique to curl the ends of the braids to using the same flexi rod, yada yada yada. It's funny how this color matches with my shirt. Then the next step, which I believe was the hardest of all, is getting hot water and putting these babies into hot water. Now it looks like it's kind of easy, or you may think it's easy, but for me it wasn't easy at all. Like, it was really hard, and it was also hard for me to do this while filming. I had to pause. Like, the way I was eventually able to do this was just putting the bowl down on the ground, and I had to literally be on my knees. I knelt down and just bent my head so the ends of the hair, or the parts of the hair that I was going to curl, would get into the bowl that was on the ground. Anyway, enough talking. So this is the result of the hair, and guys, this hair was given. I mean, oh, come on, you cannot tell me that you don't like this. This result is so nice, and the colors and everything was really giving. I fell in love with this hair immediately. Oh, come on. So this is the result of the whole hair. I hope this entire process was helpful to you. So before I go off, I really want to talk on a little bit of the cons for this hair. But one thing was that it was actually quite itchy, a little bit itchy, that feeling of attachment being on you. It was still a little bit itchy, simply because there were still some hairs that were not braided, which are the curls. And the second con is that this thing actually became frizzy not so long, probably because it's just a regular attachment that I curled myself. So I would say if you can get a separate water wave hair to braid it in, you can actually do that. It can be helpful, so you don't have to go ahead and curl attachment that may not really last as long. So the curls eventually became frizzy with time, but it wasn't that bad. It wasn't so bad. So yeah, that's another con. But overall, give this hairstyle a try. It's not a 10 out of 10 for me just because of these cons, but this style is so cute and versatile for you not to try out. So yeah, I definitely recommend you trying out this hairstyle. So yeah, make sure you try this hairstyle, please. Then thank you, and a big thank you to you for watching this video to wait to this point. Don't forget to leave me a like, because I'm sure you enjoy this, and subscribe for more. There are more hairstyle tutorials, there are more natural hair and natural hair care videos. I know you're interested in that, so hit the subscribe button, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, love ya.